What's up, party people, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are talking about a full face of makeup from Shein called Sheglam. Sheglam is like the beauty brand of Shein. So Shein is the company that has all the really cheap clothes that people talk about all the time. They do a lot of like Shein hauls and stuff like that. You can actually buy the makeup line on Shein's website, Shein.com, or you can buy it on Sheglam.com. So yeah, curiosity got the best of me, and I decided to just go ape shit on the Shein website. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So they have a ton of eyeshadow palettes on there. Like they have so many to choose from, and they're all so beautiful. And because I've really been into an all matte look, I feel like it was necessary to buy an all matte palette. This is the Smart Cookie palette. So here's what it looks like inside. It doesn't come with a mirror or anything. Who needs that? But this is huge.
That's what she said.
And just kind of show you a size reference, this is the Catrice Instabay palette. So as you can see, it's a little bit heftier. Here's a typical ColourPop palette. So it's like double the size of ColourPop. Yeah, you get 12 shades. They're all matte. I'm gonna be honest, I totally didn't expect anything from this. Like I thought this was gonna be super dry and not pigmented. And I figured that the shadows would be really like hard pan and I wouldn't be able to do anything with them. But it's the total opposite. Number one, this is $7.50, okay? $7.50, and they have sales all the time. Like I'm getting notifications in my bar all the time of sales they're having and free shipping discount codes and stuff like that. So make sure you download the Shein website because they seriously do something almost every other day, or if not every day. This is so pigmented. The shadows are so easy to work with. They're buttery and smooth. They're really, really finely milled, and they're pressed into the pan so well. Like whenever you dip your brush into these, there's barely any kind of fallout or debris in the pans, and there's like none on your face. So like the way they're pressed is top notch. I do want to point out that if you don't like warm tone neutrals, I wouldn't go for this because this is pretty much an exclusive warm tone palette. I mean, there's a couple of more cool tones in here. Like there's this kind of random cool tone like taupey gray. I wouldn't buy this if you don't like warm tones. All right, moving on to an eyebrow gel. This is the eyebrow cream in the shade Blonde. This has a really, really nice wand on it. It's that nice narrow shaped wand. It fits your brow perfectly. I mean, I say it fits your brow perfectly. I would imagine it would fit your brow perfectly. But as you can probably see in the clip, the shade itself does not work for me. It completely washes out my brows. Like it makes them look so like taupey gray. It's like 2 shades down from my brows. So I do want to try a different shade because aside from that, the formula is actually really nice on it. It does give a nice amount of hold, but it's not like crunchy. It's not like gluish. There are some eyebrow gels that like they make your entire face feel kind of like tight and kind of dry, like especially around your forehead. I hate that feeling. Like I want hold, but I don't want it to feel like Elmer's glue on my face, you know? I did end up going into a separate brow pencil that actually matches my brow shade to kind of fix it up a little bit because it was looking pretty, it was pretty gray. But the formula is really nice and it adds a nice amount of coverage. Like it's pretty well tinted, as you can see from Helsinki. But it gives you some hold and it just kind of lays them in place. But I feel like if you had your right shade, you could use this by itself and nothing else. Like it would be enough to not have to go in and fill in like little sparse areas and stuff. Like it's pretty pigmented. All right, so moving on to the face now. So I had this birthday skin primer and this is all over the place. Like every time I saw a video talking about Sheglam makeup, people were reviewing this, and it's kind of like your typical like putty primer type thing. And this is supposed to make your skin look like porcelain. For me personally, like I have pretty large pores to begin with, so I was really hoping that this would blur the skin and fill those suckers in, but it really didn't do anything for my pores. It didn't really blur my skin either, to be honest. Like it just kind of made my skin look more like hydrated, more dewy, and definitely more soft. Like it felt very smooth and soft to the touch. So yeah, the pink tone was the one that I saw used all the time, and it kind of acts like a tone-up cream. A tone-up cream is usually like a whitish color, so it kind of like brightens your skin. It will even out unwanted tones. Like if you have, you know, redness or whatever, it kind of helps even that out. And I definitely feel like this did that for me today. Like I'm sure you can see it in the clip. Whenever I put this over some more red blemishes, it actually kind of like toned down the redness and made my skin look more even overall. So I don't know, the jury's out. Like I don't love it, but I don't think it's a bad product. Interested to see how it works with other foundations. Next up is the Skinfinte Hydrating Foundation. First off, Shell, this shade is the perfect shade for me. Like this is my perfect match. It's very rare for me to find that, and I'm pretty impressed with it. So yeah, this is $9 on their website, and it seems like they have a good amount of shades too. I'm pretty impressed by this, I'm not gonna lie. I would say it's like a medium coverage starting out, but it is buildable. If you let the first layer dry, you definitely can get more on the full coverage side. So that's what I did in the clips earlier. So I let the first layer dry for, I would say, about 5 minutes or so. And then I went in with my sponge and built it up, and it did cover up a lot better. So definitely do that if you want some more coverage. This is a very beautiful dewy finish foundation. So if you have dry skin, I think you really will enjoy this. If you're super oily, like I consider myself to be oily, but I'm kind of more on the like normal oily side. Like, so if you have super oily skin, I don't think this would work for you. At this point, I've had the foundation on for about 5 hours. I didn't use any setting powder. I didn't touch up, nothing like that. Like this, what you see is what you get. There's a few spots that are kind of shiny, but as like overall, it looks so good. I will say that this is not one that sets on its own. I do think I would get a lot better wear out of this if I did use setting powder. And plus, the Birthday Skin Primer may be making it more dewy than what it is by itself. Because like I said, this does add a bit of hydration and like dew to the skin. So yeah, I want to try the foundation by itself without the primer. It just sits so beautifully on the skin. Like it's not emphasizing pores, texture, peach fuzz. Like it's not settling into lines or creasing or anything. Like it just looks so like flawless. My skin looks plump and juicy. It doesn't have the most lightweight feel, like especially whenever I started getting oily earlier, which again, I'm not someone that gets oily usually, but I did use an oil today. I usually don't. So that could also be why this is happening. Yeah, obviously I'm gonna keep trying the foundation. I definitely want to focus on not using the Birthday Skin Primer, not using oil before I put on my makeup, and also using a setting powder with it. So I kind of forgot about this until halfway through the application, like after the first layer, but this is the foundation brush that they sell with it. So it's one of those that has like a little divot in the middle of it to where you can pump your foundation into it, and it's supposed to help with something, I don't know. And this is $3. Oh, that's all it is, $3. That's really cheap. This to me is just, number one, it's too small. I just need a more honking brush for my face because I got a big old mama jamma face. It's also just too dense. Like I just didn't really feel like it really pressed the foundation into my skin. Like it just seemed like it was moving around the surface and not really helping it melt. I did not like this brush at all, so I wouldn't recommend this. Next up is something that's actually really popular right now. So this is supposed to be a dupe, or people are calling it a dupe, should I say, for the Charlotte Tilbury contour wand, which I haven't tried, but I assume over here. This is the Sun Sculpt Liquid Contour, and I have the shade Warm Honey. This is $5 on their website, and number one, the packaging of this is so cute. I mean, the packaging of all this stuff is so cute and bougie. Like, it just looks so much more expensive than what it is. This one, and also the blushes I'm about to talk about, had this little cone shape sponge tip applicator, so you can just dot it on, and I love that. Like, it just makes application so much more fun and easy. The formula of this is killer. Like, it is so easy to work with. It's so easy to blend out. It just melts in. The color is beautiful. It's called Warm Honey. I guess it kind of is more of like a warm tone bronzer, but for me, like it's perfect. It's not too matte, it's not too dewy. It's a perfect like satin kind of finish, but like it wears so well. Like it holds up so well without like any other powders or stuff on top of it. I'm going on 5 hours right now, and my blush and bronzer region are the first areas to see fading. Like they melt away for some reason. Like you would think I have like an oily T-zone. Like this is my oily T-zone right here. Everything just tends to like fade off and melt away in that region, and it's still going pretty strong. So going along with that, I have their blushes that are the exact same packaging. So these are the Color Bloom liquid blushes, and I believe these are $5 on the website as well. It has the same little sponge tip applicator. I love this. I have 2 shades. I have Risky Business and Devoted, and they have several more shades, and they're all so beautiful. Like they're all so universal, and I feel like literally anyone could find a shade in that range. Risky Business is more of like a mauve tone, and Devoted is more of like a coral, like a deep terracotta coral. These are pigmented. Like I'm telling you, you don't need more than 1 dot. Like I think I put on 2 dots on each side. That was too much. They don't dry down too fast. And same with the bronzer, I forgot to mention. Like none of these dry down too fast where you have to work really fast with them, or they'll set down and then you just can't, they won't budge. So you do have some work time with them, which I like, but they're not too dewy, they're not too matte. But I do think they fall more on the dewy side, but they're not like slippery dewy, you know? Like they're not gonna melt off your cheeks in just like 20 minutes. Like I'm still holding up pretty well at 5 hours, and like we're going strong. It's looking good, my friend. I want every shade. Like they're gorgeous. All right, moving on to some lip products now. So I have these Melon Magic tinted lip balms. So they have 3 shades, and I got 2 of them. So I have the shades Bougie and Pretty Perfect, and I'm actually wearing Bougie right now. And today was actually the first day that I put either one of these on. I've been wearing this one for about 35 to 45 minutes, and it's not the most long wearing formula. It's a very pretty glossy hydrating finish. Like it's so comfortable and so moisturizing. So it definitely does feel like a lip balm, which I can appreciate because my lips are hella parched. You're not gonna get a lot of wear out of this, which I mean, you can't really expect a whole lot from a glossy tinted lip balm. Like, it's not like a liquid lipstick or something. So yeah, I mean, I'm not super shocked by this, but I can already see my lip color underneath coming through. Like, it's definitely more dulled down. So let's just show you what it looks like whenever I reapply it, because it's a really, really pretty color. It has a very subtle, pleasant watermelon scent. I'm not someone that typically likes a heavily scented product on my lips, and usually watermelon scents are really cheap and fake smelling. But I mean, obviously it's an artificial smell, but it's not so artificial that it makes you sick. Like, it's not overwhelming or overpowering. There's what Bougie looks like, and in the clips I put on both. I would say it's like a rosy watermelon pinky coral. I love these. I wish they had more shades. And then last but not least, we have the Jelly Wow Hydrating Lip Oil. I got the shade Berry involved, and this is $4 on their website. It looks like it's a pink color, but it's pretty much clear. Like, there's no color to this whatsoever. I was expecting this to be a tad bit more hydrating, so I wore this earlier, and I probably wore it for, I would say, like 30 to 45 minutes before it started kind of like breaking down a little bit and kind of fading away. But it's super juicy and glossy, so if you're looking for that, look no further. But it's not a very like hydrating kind of lip oil. I feel the dryness of my lips kind of coming to the surface. I looked in the mirror, and sure enough, it was starting to fade off, and I could just see my lip liner. So this is okay. Like, it's not bad. Like, I know everyone's into lip oils right now. I don't really get the hype in them, to be honest. Like, most of them are just clear, but everyone's like, oh my god, lip oils. Oh. If you're looking for just a nice, like, juicy, clear lip gloss, then, you know, this is a really good product for that. But there's no color, and it's not super moisturizing, which is what I was personally looking for. But overall, like, I'm really impressed. I didn't expect anything from this stuff, especially because on the reviews, like, you can tell people are trying to earn rewards. I guess, like, if you like somebody's review, like, if someone gets a lot of likes and they get, like, rewards of some kind. I'm not sure what their system's like on Shein, but they got a bunch of 12-year-olds eating out of the palm of their hands. They're all like, please like this review if it was helpful, blah, blah, blah. It's like, shut the hell up, go away, child. So if you guys have tried anything from Sheglam, then please let me know in the comments below what it is, if it was good, if it was bad, and what should I try next. So give this video a big old thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and here's a couple more things for you to check out next. So just venture around the channel, make yourself at home. Subscribe if you're not already, and turn the notification bell on to always see my stuff, because you never know when I'm gonna upload nowadays. And I will see you guys in the next one. Mwah.